Well, hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Blair Lamb. I make videos about all the different parts of my life. Today I'm sharing my September and October favorites. I love to do favorites videos every couple of months or every season, just to share some of my favorite things that I have discovered or that I've been using a lot or eating a lot or whatever the case may be in the past couple of months. I will make sure to link everything below in case you want to go check it out. And I think with that, we can just jump right in. I always like to start off with food and drink. So unfortunately, I have had multiple sicknesses and illnesses in the past couple of months, but the worst one by far was when I had strep throat. I've talked about it in the previous few videos, so if you've been following along, you already know the strep throat saga, but let me just say it was about 100 times worse as an adult than it ever was when I had it as a kid. I don't think I've had it since middle school. The only thing that I could drink reliably while I had strep was this throat comfort tea by this brand Yogi. So this is what it looks like. From now on, I will be keeping a box of this on hand full time, all the time, because I feel like it was so incredibly helpful. It really did like coat my throat, and so it felt like I was actually able to drink. I couldn't even drink water, my throat burned so bad, but I was able to drink this with a whole bunch of honey in it. So definitely recommend if you are prone to sore throats in the dry air of the fall and winter months, or if you happen to get sick, make sure that you DoorDash or whatever, Instacart some of this to your house, because it is so good and so it like really works, like so effective. Highly recommend it. Most teas that claim to do something, I typically like the flavor because I like hot tea, but I don't always feel like they actually do anything, but this one definitely did. Next up is this ratio protein yogurt. So this has 28 grams of protein in 2/3 of a cup, and it is so yummy. It's a vanilla flavor. I have been on a smoothie kick lately, and so I usually do like a half to a whole banana, depending on how hungry I am, a handful of frozen strawberries, the banana's typically frozen, and then also a big handful of frozen spinach. And then I put 2/3 of a cup roughly of this in there, and then some light pineapple juice usually, just to give it some liquid that it can blend. And it is like the most delicious smoothie, and it is actually enough protein that it keeps me full because of this yogurt. I just get this from Walmart. I've seen it in many different grocery stores. I'll make sure to link it below if you want to check it out. I have never seen in the large container any flavor other than vanilla, but I know that because I've bought it, that Ratio makes protein yogurt in individual servings that are like blueberry, strawberry, some other options. So I'm going to go pop this back in the fridge, but I definitely recommend it if you are. I'm always trying to get more protein in. My personal trainer tells me all the time, she's like, you do not eat enough protein, and I am trying. And so stuff like this makes it a lot easier for me. So recommend you give it a shot if you are also trying to be a protein girly, because it's not always easy. Okay, with that back in the fridge, I'm going to move on to my third and final product or food item in the food and drink category. So this is the Kinder's cooking sauce and glaze, and the flavor is fajita with citrus and garlic. This is what it looks like. This is so far superior to the fajita like packet mixes that we have had in the past. It is so delicious. So we have a Blackstone, and we typically like to do our fajitas on a Blackstone. And so I'll use some of this to marinate the chicken or steak, and then Riley will use some of this to use as a cooking glaze while it's actually cooking. And it creates the most incredible fajita meat of all time. It is so good. In fact, last night we had our friends over for chili and cornbread, not fajitas, nothing. And one of our friends was like, oh my gosh, remember those fajitas you made? Because it was with this. So good. So good. Highly recommend it if you like to make fajitas. We make fajitas probably about once a week. They go over really well with our kids. We like the leftovers for wraps or salads or nachos. So all in all, we love a good fajita, and that stuff is amazing. Again, I just get it from Walmart groceries. I get 99% of my groceries from Walmart. So if you are also a Walmart shopper, then you can definitely find it there. Moving on to makeup and beauty, I had to remember what the category was because this could probably go in this one or in the home decor and products category. But this is the Dove Apple Cider Caramel Limited Edition Hand Soap. This is one of their fall scents this year, and it smells It smells so good. It smells like a caramel apple, which is my absolute favorite. They have a couple of other yummy scents as well. I also really just in general like Dove body wash and Dove hand soap because I have really dry skin and I feel like the Dove products really are very moisturizing, much more so than just like the soft soap ones that I buy that are, you know, $1 really cheap, but this is like a little bit more expensive. But I like to keep this in our guest bathroom so that when people are, because we entertain a lot, so when people come over, it's a bit of a nicer soap. But love this, love the scent of it, highly recommend it. This would be a really nice hostess gift or stocking stuffer or like something like that. I love to give and receive practical gifts because clutter is always, you know, that clutter creep is always happening. So it's always nice to give and to receive something that you know will be used and then can be discarded and you don't have to hold on to it for the rest of your life. Okay. Moving on to the next two products, they kind of go together as a pair in the makeup and beauty category. So we have the Tula Cult Classic Purifying Face Cleanser. Now this I have been hearing about for quite literally years on the internet. I think that it came out quite a while ago because I remember back in the day, influencers and beauty gurus all talking about this. And then its sister product is the 24/7 Moisture Hydrating Day and Night Cream. And I have been really happy with the products that I had been using, which were the CeraVe products primarily. But every once in a while, I just like to try new things. I love trying new makeup and beauty products in particular. And so I saw these online and I decided to grab them. And I have absolutely fallen in love with them. I am very attached. Like when I have traveled, we have had 2 trips in the months of September and October. And both times I've brought both of these. And I don't know if this is coincidence or because of this, but I usually break out every single time I travel. No matter what I do, I usually always break out when I travel. It's very annoying to me, but I did not break out not one single pimple going to or from California or to or from Florida in the past 2 months. And I brought both of these with me and used them morning and night. I've been using them morning and night, like around the clock. I love this moisturizer because it is so actually moisturizing, but it doesn't have a heavy feel. Both have like a nice light scent. I just am really, I will definitely rebuy these products. They're almost, well, I probably have about a quarter left in both. And I will definitely be rebuying. And I might buy some for stocking stuffers this year. Again, I'm starting to get into the mode of thinking about that because we are just about to November, which is crazy. This year has flown by. But the Tula stuff is really good. And I understand it's, I mean, the cleanser is called the Cult Classic. Like I can see why it has such a good reputation. It's really good stuff. It works really well. I have one more thing in the makeup and beauty section that I'm not sure if I said that those two were the last two, but they're actually not. So this is the Revlon Toast of New York Cream Lipstick, and I'm wearing it now. It is my favorite color for the fall and winter, although I do wear it all year round. Typically when I'm wearing it in this spring or summer, I dab it on and then use a lip gloss so that it's a lighter shade. But at this time of year, I like a bolder lip. I just like a bolder lip in general. And it is just such a really pretty shade. It has a little bit of a warm undertone to it, which I have since learned, you know, since my color analysis and whatnot, that is a better look for me. But it's just, I think it's just a really nice color. I really enjoy wearing it. So again, it is by Revlon. It is called, let's see if I can get it to get in focus. There we go. Revlon Toast of New York. It's number, what, 352? 325. It's hard to see because it's backwards in my camera. But this is great, and it's a drugstore brand, so it's easy to get your hands on if you are interested. I have had a couple of those Revlon cream lipsticks, and I feel like they wear really, really well also, which I appreciate. Moving on to the home decor and products section, I have a lot of like homey stuff on this one, I feel like. I don't know, with the hand soap and this, and then I have one other thing. It's just that time of year, I think. This is my favorite Mrs. Meyer scent of the entire range. I have pretty much had every single scent, and this is my favorite one. It's the apple cider scent. This is in particular the multi-surface cleaner. It is so good. I am sure that I have shared this in videos previously and probably in favorites of years past around this time of year. I bought this in a pack of 3. This is number 2 of 3, and we're at the very, very end of it. And I was just thinking last night how I was sad to open up the last one, but you know, I could always get more, but I always look forward to it this time of year. Just, it smells so good. After I clean my kitchen at the end of the night, I love to spray down all my countertops, wipe them down. It has the best smell. I love anything that's like apple cider or anything like that is my favorite of all time. Wipe that all down, and then I'll light a candle, and it just feels like cozy fall. Love it. So this would also be like, these two together would be a cute hostess gift as well. You could put a bow on it and throw in like a bottle of wine or something. But I mean, you have to know your audience. You have to definitely know your audience. But I can think of some people, including me, who like, I would love like a fresh countertop spray, something that I'm going to use every day and I could really enjoy the scent of. So that's one thing. The next thing in my home decor and products section is this Tide washing machine cleaner. So it looks like this. It's in a box like this. I think it might sit on the shelf like this. I just got this new box because I just used up the other one. So we have a top loader. I know that the smell can be more prevalent in front loaders. We don't have a front loader personally, but still sometimes I feel like there's a bit of a musty smell and I just want to clean it. And so it comes in, I think you get 4 little packets. It says it's a month supply. I don't do these every week. I do them once a month, I would say. And it's just a little packet, and you put it in the drum, and you either set your washing machine to the clean cycle or just like the biggest cycle you could have, extra hot with the largest load so that it will fill it all the way up with hot water. And on my cleaning cycle, I have an LG washer. It fills it up with hot water, it agitates it, it lets it sit, it agitates it, and it does that for a little bit, then it does like a rinse. And I feel like it really, really works. After I do that, and then I will wash my clothes don't have any of that lingering kind of like musty scent. They just smell so fresh. So if you've been struggling with your washing machine not smelling super fresh, you can also use, I've done like vinegar in the past, but then I've heard people say you should not do that because it can be really hard on some different parts of your washing machine. Do whatever you want. If you want to clean with vinegar, clean with vinegar. I think vinegar is a great cleaning solution. I've used it a lot in the past, but I've been doing this lately and it really does work. So that's something too if you want to try it. Okay, last but not least in my home decor and products category, which also probably could have gone in the next category, which is entertainment, is I have gotten into doing some coloring. I do it with my daughter, Nora. She'll be 5 not tomorrow, but the next day. So she's just about 5, and we will sit down together in the evening, and I got these alcohol markers. So let me put this to the side so I can show you. So this book is really cute. It's all autumn scenes. I also have some that have Bible verses. I have some that I've gotten quite a few. But we sit down and like we colored this one the other night, and we'll just sit and color together, and they're just little autumnal scenes, and the markers are so pretty because they're so vibrant. And then we did this one together. And you can see she was sitting on this side, so she did like this and the donut, and then I was sitting on this side and I was kind of doing this side of things. But it's been a really nice way to connect with her and really talk to her while we're doing something. And just get that one-on-one time with her. It's really fun, and it's just super relaxing. Same thing here. You can see she was doing the clouds, then I was doing some over here, and then she was doing over here. We just, I don't know, it takes like 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and we'll just sit and color and talk. And these markers really make it. Like when you really do them, like you can see up here, when you really do them like properly, they don't leave like streaky lines. So it just creates this really pretty look where, I don't know, it got a little streaky here, but overall it's pretty, they're pretty fun. And I got that book off of Amazon. I will link it. There are so many options for really fun coloring books. And then these are the alcohol markers that I got. They come in, this I think was like maybe, oh, this is 50. It comes in, I think, like 24, 50, 80, you know, comes in a lot of things. I really like that it comes with this little case because it's just easy to store it. And each one of the markers has a fine tip on one end and and then it has a broad tip on the other end. So that's kind of nice as well when you're coloring. But it's something I've really been enjoying, and it's very centering, and I specifically really enjoy it because it's a way for me to really connect with my daughter, like I said. I've colored with my son too, but my daughter definitely enjoys it more. She's obsessed with arts and crafts, so getting to sit with me and color for a while is her idea of a good time, and mine too. Okay, so moving on to the entertainment section, which is TV shows, books, music, movies, documentaries, podcasts, anything like that. So the first top of the list that I'll share is the book The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. It is a psychological thriller. If you've ever read any psychological thrillers, you probably heard of Frida McFadden. She is very well known in the world of psychological thrillers. She pumps them out and releases a new one. It feels like every month, probably not quite, but she's a very quick, fast author. Her books are so twisty and so turny, and just when I think I have it figured out, I never do. So this book I started, I think on Friday night, and it was finished by Sunday night. I devoured it. I was finding, and it was like a 400-page book. It wasn't super short. And I was finding any second I could to read it. And I kept thinking that I had hacked it and I figured out what each of the characters, like I thought I figured it all out, and I was so wrong. And I'm always wrong with her books. She tricks me every single time. And it's just a really fun read. I highly recommend it. If you are trying to get back into reading, getting into some psychological thrillers was definitely what did it for me. So anything by Frida McFadden. I think the first one I read from her was The Housemaid, which was a really good book. Also, another book that's not by her, but it's a psychological thriller that really will capture your attention is called The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, I think is his last name, something like that. But anyway, loved that book. I just finished it recently, and like I said, I devoured it. It was very good. Next up in the entertainment section is Animal Crossing. So I shared recently that I got a Nintendo Switch to just for fun, really for fun. And you can go watch that vlog for more. It's called like Life Update, and I'm in like a teal, the thumbnail is me in like a teal sweatshirt. And I'm just like sitting outside just kind of talking about the fact that I was just trying to like calm down my anxiety. I'm happy to report I am doing so much better. The month of August was really hard on me, and probably like half of September. And I feel like ever since we went to California, which was in like mid to late September, there has been a reset in my brain. And ever since I've come back, I haven't had any of that panic or anxiety sitting on me that had been on me for a while. I'm really grateful for that. But anyway, the game Animal Crossing is so much fun. It's so cute. So basically the premise of the game is that you have moved to a completely deserted island. So you're there with like this developer guy, and he's there. Everybody's like a little animal, and he's like the developer guy, and you like are working with him. So you first just start by like gathering weeds around the island and like cutting down trees for the lumber so you can build things, and then you sell things to him to get money, and then with that money you can build a house, or you can build bridges, or you can build staircases, and then there's a little airport, and you can take your airplane to other islands and try to get more residents to come to your island. And then you can also like find things and resources that you don't have on your island. And it's really fun. And people call it a cozy game, like cozy gaming, because there's no time crunch. There's no pressure. There's no countdowns. You're not fighting anything. There's no like enemy. It's really relaxing. Like you're just gathering things and building things and creating this island, and there's a museum, and so you're trying to fill the museum up with fossils that you find and with different types of fish that you fish and like all these little things. My kids love to sit with me and play it with me, and so that's what we've been doing probably like 3 nights a week or so. Just last night, Nora and I cuddled up before she went to bed, and we played it for like 30 minutes, and they just love it. And I love it that there's nothing scary, like there's nothing that's going to jump out. You're not, like I said, there's no fighting or anything like that. It's just like, and we've been like learning so much, because when you capture the insects or when you capture fossils or whatever, like you have to take them to the museum curator and he tells you about each one. It's really fun. It's really fun. I've really enjoyed playing it. And especially like I said earlier with the coloring, anything that's like a good way for me to connect with my kids where we're both having a nice time is always such a win. And it really is fun. It's a really fun game and low stakes. chill. But my island is starting to look really good, I must say. I have like really, I named it Wildflower Island. You get to like name your island. So mine's called Wildflower, and it's very cute and it's shaping up and there's more residents coming every day and I'm just very happy with it. Okay, I have two more things to share in the entertainment category. The next one is the music album called Patterns by Kelsea Ballerini. Kelsea Ballerini has been one of my favorites for a little while now, a few years at least. And she just released last week, or was it this week? I think it was last week. Very recently, she released her latest Pattern albums. I think it is by far her best album she's ever put out. It is, I think, incredible. Like, it's a no-skip album. I have been listening to it absolutely nonstop. And actually, just before I started recording here today was the ticket drop for her tour that starts next year. And my sister and I grabbed tickets and we're going to go together. So I'm really looking forward to that. We went to see her in June, late June of this year, and she was great live, and that was before this new album came out. So really looking forward to that, and that has definitely been my soundtrack over the past week or however long it's been since it came out. It's so good. I don't think it's been a week. I think tomorrow it will be a week. I think it dropped last Wednesday. It's really good. She's so good. If you like country pop kind of vibes, you, I think, would really like her if you don't already listen to her. She's one of my faves. Okay, the last thing in my entertainment category that I want to share is well, it's two different things. So I originally listened to a podcast. It's called Sweet Bobby, and I listened to a podcast per one of your recommendations, and I absolutely loved it. It is this very, very tangled catfishing web. The story about this woman who it's just wild. It's actually so wild. But then Netflix just a week or two ago put out a documentary about it, which is also really fun because unlike the podcast, there's more like footage. You actually get to see the woman who's talking. Like, all of that is, I think, really fun too, to be able to put faces to voices and names. And so I highly recommend that documentary as well. It's a little over an hour and it will blow your mind. My sister does not watch a lot of TV, and after I watched it, I was like, you have to go and watch this. So she and her husband watched it that night, and she called me the next morning and she was in disbelief because it is one of the craziest catfishing stories I have ever heard. And I watched the show Catfish. So I definitely recommend it. If you like that kind of thing, it's kind of catfish, true crime, this and that. It'll blow your mind. It's wild. The next category is clothing and accessories, and I actually just put up a fall clothing haul and try-on video just very recently. So I'll link that below. Go check that out if you want to see all of the new clothing, shoes, accessories, jewelry, all of that I have purchased in the past couple of months. And a try-on and like what I keep and what I don't keep. That video was really fun to make, and it's been pretty well received, which was exciting because it's something that I don't typically do. So I only have one thing to share in this category because I shared pretty much everything else. And that is these gold metallic sneakers. So I got these to wear to the Taylor Swift concert, which I'll get to here in a moment. Because I wanted like sneakers, but I wanted them to be fun. So these are like metallic gold. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cough left over from strep. These are the brand Sam Edelman. I got them from Nordstrom.com, and they are so comfortable. I have been wearing them so often since I got home from the concert weekend. We went to a fall festival this past Saturday, and I wore them for the whole fall festival, and they're just squishy and comfy, and the leather is so soft and comfortable. I highly recommend. They come in metallic gold, and then they come in some colors that aren't metallic, and then they come in like a metallic silver. They come in black. So if you would have a different color preference, they had quite a bit, but they're very, very, very comfortable, which is so nice when you have a sneaker like this. And I had been told by so many people for the Eras Tour to wear comfortable footwear, and I'm really glad I did because it is quite a bit of walking. Okay, next up is the priceless section, which isn't really priceless. All of these things cost money, but it's more like the memories of them that are priceless, if you know what I'm saying. So the first thing that happened in the past 2 months that was amazing, which I just recently mentioned in this video, was our California trip. I put up a vlog about that whole trip, but we stayed in Carmel, but we also visited Monterey and Big Sur, and it was just absolutely incredible. It is one of my favorite trips I've ever taken. I can't get over that trip. It was so much fun. And it was heaven on earth. I just loved every moment of it so very much. And I'm really grateful we got to go. And as I mentioned earlier, it was such a good reset. It was very refreshing and restorative. And it's always so nice to reconnect in our marriage like that, because day to day, sometimes, especially at this time of year, it's so busy. It's like ships passing in the night. And when we're home, we're both trying to take care of the kids. And so just us being away for 3 nights and being able to have conversations uninterrupted and go out to dinner and take walks and hold hands, like, it was really awesome. Loved it. So that was awesome. Then we also went to Florida, and that was that last weekend or 2 weekends ago? Can you tell that my dates are all like shuffled up? But it was recent, and we went to Florida to celebrate both my dad's 60th birthday, and I was going to the Eras tour with my cousin Caroline, who flew in and met me. We went to night 3 in Miami, and all of that was just incredible. It was such a fun weekend. I also vlogged that, so that's on my channel too if you want to check it out. Celebrating with my dad was amazing, and it was just so much fun to meet all of their friends. I think we'd actually met everybody. Spend time with all of them in that setting, which I've never done before with their friends, was really cool. And just to see my dad so happy and just feel celebrated and all of that. And then of course the Eras tour was straight up incredible. I have talked about it a lot already, so I won't go and do a deep dive, but it was a night I will never forget. I loved it. Also this month of October was our kids' joint birthday party and both of our kids' birthdays. So my daughter's birthday's in 2 days. My son's birthday was a couple of weeks ago. And then in between the two, we did their birthday party, which I talked about in a recent video also. I've been videoing a lot, so I feel like I've already talked about a lot of this stuff. But their birthday party went off without a hitch. It was great, even though I was very sick that day. I had just come down with strep. It still was such a fun day, and I still have really good memories, so I'm grateful for that. And moreover, my kids loved it, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So they had a great birthday party. Colin already had his birthday, and then Nora's is in a couple days, so we'll still do a family thing for her here at the house. Like in the morning, she'll wake up to balloons and decorations and some gifts, and we didn't give her any gifts on her birthday party because she got them from other people, which was really generous, and then she'll get to open up her gifts from us on her actual birthday. So it works out well. As long as they're down with doing a joint party is as long as we will do a joint party, because it is such a busy time of year for so many people. And so just having to set aside one afternoon and just do a bigger party rather than 2 smaller ones, especially since they have the same friends at this point, it's highly recommend. I really love it. So those are all, it's been a lot of priceless this past couple of months. It's been a really good, September and October have been really good months for our family. My last category is kids, and so I'm going to share a few different kid things that I've been loving the past couple of months. Okay, so first up, this is a painting that my daughter Nora painted. She is so artistic. She is just so artistic. She always has been. And she just sat down one night, and it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I close the curtain and make it a little darker, if you can see it better. There you go. It's like this abstract watercolor situation. And it's just beautiful. It's so beautiful. There you go. I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of her. She's just amazing. And so I framed it, and I need to do that more. I actually want to, in the hallway, but leading back to her room maybe, or maybe even in her room, or even like in the kitchen, somewhere I need to put up like a clothesline or something to where, or those frames that you can swap out art, to where we can put up her art, because she makes art every single day, all the time, and I want to display it. It's genuinely good art. So I framed this and I hung this in her bathroom, and I think it is so beautiful, and it looks like real art, and I mean, it is real art. Like, she's just so awesome. So hanging that in her bathroom, she thought it was so cool that it got framed and matted and hung up and everything. And I definitely want to do that with more things. So leave me your ideas below of what you do in your house, whether you have one of those like IKEA metal clothesline situations with the little clips with the hooks, or the frames that you can put things behind. I need to figure something out, because she produces so much art, and I need to find a way to display it more often, because it makes her feel so special, and I love to look at it and enjoy it. Like, she's incredible. Next up in the kid category are these emergency kids crystals. These things have been awesome. Now, they're for 4 years and older, so Colin cannot take these yet, but Nora takes one every single morning, and it's basically emergency, which, you know, emergency packets for adults, except for you do not mix them with water. So I just cut off the top, and it's like a pixie stick, and it's just powder. You hear it? And you just cut off the top and you just tip it into your mouth, and it's like a little bit of, it's called sparkly strawberry. She loves them. She says they taste so good. And it's just full of vitamin C and zinc and all of those things that you want in your kids' bodies before they go to school every day. So she's been taking one every morning. Once Colin is old enough, I will start giving them to him every single morning. And she doesn't miss a morning. I try to remember, but if I forget, she reminds me because she likes the taste of them so much. And so she doesn't want to forget. I feel like they're doing something. They at least make me feel better than, just sending her to school without, some vitamins in her system. And of course we do. Oranges and apples and spinach and like fresh fruit and veg are also really the best way to get those things. But to fill in the gaps when there's been too many chicken nuggets or something, those little emergency kids crystals have been great. Okay, the last thing I'm going to share in today's video is some hair care products for kids. I get questions about this a lot. My daughter Nora has ringlet curls. I've been talking about Nora so much in this video. It's very sweet. She has ringlet curls. And so I've had other I don't have ringlet curls. My hair is wavy at best. This is leftover from curling my hair a couple days ago. So I've had a lot of questions of parents from other moms of children who have curly hair. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't have curly hair. I don't know. So here is the routine for Nora, and then I'll talk about what I do for Colin, who has stick straight hair. They have complete opposite hair. So when Nora gets out of the bath, she gets this. This So Cozy Kids brand has been the best brand I've discovered for her curly hair. So this is a detangler. Every single thing in this So Cozy Kids brand smells so incredible. It's all these it smells like kiwi and fresh, it smells so good. So this is soy and kiwi. Oh, and it reminds me of her. She's at school. I miss her. Okay, so after she gets out of the bath, I spray a lot of this in her hair and then brush through it. And in the morning, I first wet her hair and then I spray a bunch of detangler in it to detangle it, because when she wakes up, it is in need of detangler. Then this is the crown jewel of all of the products. This is the curl leave-in. This stuff is so good. So once her hair is wet, I spray this all over and then I lightly rake through it with my hands and scrunch up. And that gives her these really beautiful defined curls. And then I'll style it however I'm going to style it. But this is so good. This stuff really makes a difference. If I don't have it, there was one time a while ago when I forgot to bring this traveling and I felt like I could not get her hair to do what I wanted it to do on our trip. And then we came home and I was like, I'm never traveling without this again. So this comes with us everywhere we go. And then the last thing, this is the multi-styler, and it's basically a flexible light hold hairspray. It also smells incredible. So here's what this looks like. So this I really like if I put her hair back in a ponytail or a half pony, or I pin it back in some way. I'll spray it on the part that I pinned back and just kind of lightly tap it just to hold all those flyaways down. And I feel like it works really well, but it's not stiff and it doesn't look crispy. You know what I mean? It looks just like her normal hair. So really love this. Now for Colin, we don't use any of those products because his hair type is so different. And if I put those things, I have tried in the past, if I put any of those things on his hair, it looks really greasy and weighed down because he has such different hair than Nora. But one thing that we have started using on him that works really, really well to keep his hair because he kind of has a part to the side, is this by Sunbum. It's called Sunny's Original Surf Paste. And this smells like summer. It smells so good. And so you just take a little bit of it. I'll take just a very little bit because he has a little head and a little bit of hair. Take a little bit of it and I'll rub it on between my fingers, and then I'll just kind of rake it through his hair. And it doesn't have that crispy gel look. It just kind of keeps his hair out of his eyes. It keeps it from flopping down into his face. It holds it, but it's a very soft and flexible hold. And when it dries down, it just looks like normal hair. So it's actually perfect. It says on here, texturizing, medium hold, matte finish, heavy on the matte finish. I don't want it to be shiny. It doesn't, and it's not. And this will probably last us quite literally 18 months because we just use such a tiny bit on his hair. So this for Colin has been perfect. And then all of that So Cozy Kids stuff has been incredible for Nora. My sister's middle daughter, Eliza, her hair's coming in and it's getting to be curly. And so Allie went and bought all of the So Cozy Kids detangler and the curl spray. And she said that Eliza's hair has been so cute and just so pretty. So it really does work very, very well. I'm seeing one more thing here on my little table that I forgot to share. I guess I meant to share this in home decor and products, but I will just tack it on to the end here. This is my travel charger. I got this relatively recently. I think I got it, I definitely didn't get it in the last 2 months, but I have used it a lot in the last 2 months between the concert, both travel days. Like I use it all the time. So it's really great because on the back side, you just pull the prongs out, then you plug it into a wall and it will just flash until it says 100. It will say 60, 61, 62, all the way, whatever. It will charge up to 100. And then it's all in one and it's flat and skinny, which I really like for packing in my purse or the diaper bag or whatever. And although I'm not really carrying a diaper bag anymore, like I'm in the next phase. Okay, so then this has a USB-C and then this little USB one. And then this other side is the lightning port. And I love that it has both because my Switch takes this, my AirPods take this, but then my phone takes this, everything I own is one of these two things. And then even my camera takes this, the camera that I'm filming on now. So if I have that with me and I don't have a backup battery, I can still charge it. So I use this literally every day. I keep it in my car. I had to go out to my car to grab it for this video. I keep it in my car. I use it throughout the day and then I charge it up at night and use it again. Highly recommend if you're looking for a great charger that's easy to carry with you and you don't have to have any extra. The other chargers I've had in the past, you have to have cords and all this stuff. This is all in one. It's very nice. Also this would be a great stocking stuffer, especially if someone's on the go or if they travel a lot. All right, it looks like that's everything. Thanks for coming along with me to see all of my September and October favorites from this year. It's been a really, really fun past couple of months, like I said, and we aren't traveling at all from now through the end of the year. So I'm just really excited to kind of hunker down, cozy up, enjoy the season, enjoy the holidays, and just enjoy being home and not, I love to travel. It's my favorite ever, but it's also really special to just not have all of that going on and just being able to be home, enjoy my family, enjoy our home and our neighborhood. And I cooked a homemade meal last night for the first time in a while. It just feels really nice. So that's that. I would love to hear what your favorites have been over the past couple of months. Make sure to share your children's art wall, gallery, ideas or what you do in your home with me, because we definitely need to do something like that. That would be, I think, a really good addition to our house on behalf of Nora. And I will see you guys very soon. Thanks for being here. And I hope that you have had, I think this is going up on Halloween. So have a safe and happy Halloween. And I'll see you soon. Bye.